I hope this video finds you in a good place today. Welcome and thank you for checking me out. I had something just drop into my spirit when I woke up today, and I wanted to talk about it. And it's about how marriage can be the ultimate of all betrayals. Have you ever thought about how much marriage is pushed onto people? How much women are shamed for not being married? And why people are often, especially back when I was getting married, doing it before they even really know themselves. It's so sad because I really thought about picking it apart. It's all about control. Even one of the things when I look back at things that I would often question was the marriage vows. I kept trying to figure out where they were in the Bible. Because when you would go to a wedding and the minister would always have these little booklets that they would read, from the ceremony. And while it, like I said, it looks good on the surface, but you didn't see that in the Bible. It was because they made that up. And you don't even think about those things. Not to mention, you're shamed, shunned, whenever you question those things. It's just so ridiculous. And I'm so thankful that I began to start questioning. Never stop questioning things. Because when you do, you're subject to just believe whatever is being told to you. I am often baffled at how gullible I was. Just believing every single thing that I was told, not even thinking for 1 second, is this even true? Especially in dealing with the whole marriage situation, because from early childhood, we're being taught to be mothers and how to cook. Have you ever really looked at a lot of the toys that we grew up? And not to say that I feel like you shouldn't know how to take care of your home, because that is important. I feel like that's a life skill, but not just for women. I feel like it's a life skill because I taught both my kids to clean up and fend for themselves and cook. My son also knows how to cook as well as clean up. He knows how to do laundry. But if you look at a lot of the toys that we grew up with, they're all centered around how to be a good mother, how to be a good wife, how to be a good housekeeper. We didn't have a whole lot of things that were pushing us to be anything other than the person that sat at home and took care of it. And like I said, on a basic level, I do understand why us as women have the body parts that we're born with, because our immediate jobs are to be the portal of life. And I love that about us. But I also feel like it's used against us, while at the same time, something else that I want to bring up, we've often been told that the sperm is the seed, when clearly eggs are seeds and sperm is merely the fertilizer that brings it to life. A lot of the Abrahamic religions will have you thinking that, because it is so centered around the man, that people come from their dads. And I'm just thinking, that makes absolutely zero sense. Women are clearly the portals of life. Nobody can get here without coming from a woman or a female. That goes across the board. I think maybe, is it the seahorses that can do the opposite? But we don't come from seahorses. We come from women. And how our bodies, even though all those biblical verses about a woman when she is on her cycle, and how they turn that into like the dirtiest thing in the world, when if it were not for those cycles, conception couldn't even take place without it. Our bodies are made to do that. We've been made to feel so horrible and dirty about the natural process that our body brings about life. You know, every month women were shunned away and treated like they were just, as the Bible say, filthy rags. And I'm just thinking now, as a wiser woman, forgive my language, but the fuck? I'm just flabbergasted and stunned at how often I would just look down on myself because of what I was being taught, and because of how society views it. And also think about how we are often labeled emotional because we do have our periods and all the things about the hormones that it brings about. But let's just say this. You can say a woman is emotional, but we haven't been responsible for starting, not that I know of, any wars. We haven't been oppressing people on a large scale. We haven't been, creating, taking people off of this earth for those reasons. That's what I'm going to say, in large numbers. We haven't been going around the world colonizing people. Those, you can't attribute 99% of that to our gender. But I do know the gender that has been successful at creating all of the stereotypes and all of the other stuff. And I don't hate men by any stretch of the imagination. But what I am saying is that we as women fell for one of the biggest scams, and religion and the Bible are all a huge, huge part of that.